stroll through the wilderness here in Kentucky. So I thought I'd make this video on this new Facebook page that I made. Thanks all of you who have hopped on and clicked like and watched the videos and support it. It's something that I didn't really ever plan on doing, and then I just felt after the COVID-19 thing hit that it was appropriate to create another outlet for other people to hopefully enjoy some music and also stories of the faith. So I thought I'd share a little bit of my story as I'm walking here. So I'm actually at the Camp Waconda-Ho in Casey County, Kentucky, which is where our church denomination, the Christian Church Disciples of Christ, has one of our summer camps for the state. And this is where I went as a kid. I've been a counselor here, and now my children go here too. And I'm walking into our Vesper area where we have worship. It's one of my favorite places on earth. I have some videos on YouTube that I made last summer that I'll share here from time to time that were here in this wonderful spot. You got the pond back in the background with the cross and the communion table, and then benches for everybody to sit on. It's just an awesome space to be at any time of day. This is where, when church camp, we worship. For me, it's a good place to start the day, and just being in nature and God's world. I've used God's nature in a lot of decisions I've had to make in my life. That may be kind of weird to make sense out of, but whether it's a decision to move, a decision to change careers, decision of what to do with my life. Lots of decisions like that have happened in places like this, or alone at the beach for a sunrise. It's amazing to me how being in that type of environment around has really helped me connect with my thoughts and my emotions and be centered with those decisions. And I think it's knowing that I'm with God has really helped that. So one of those neat moments happened when I was in youth group. It was actually 1995. I won't tell you how old I was then. But I was down in Florida, and I was there with a youth group on a trip. And we were sitting in a circle around the beach at night. It was dark. You could hear the ocean waves. I think we had some candles in the sand in front of us. And we spent some time just alone and in the quietness. And that was a moment where God spoke to me. It happens, and you have to listen. You have to be open. There's that song, "Open the Eyes of My Heart, Lord." It's one of those times I think of these opportunities that we get probably maybe fewer times in our life than we want. And once you've experienced it, it makes sense. But if you haven't had that moment yet, don't worry. You will if you just keep open with your hearts and your minds to that happening. But we were at Florida on this beach, and in the quietness and the stillness of that moment, I felt God's voice talking to me. And I was, I'll just say, I was 15, I think, maybe 14. And God said, "All right, Chris, you're, early in your high school career or about to start high school. And here's what you're going to do with your life. You're going to use music and your gifts in music to make a difference in the lives of others, and especially children." My first thought was, I want to be a band director. That's what it's going to be. I'm going to do it that way. And that was the plan for a while. And then I got the opportunity to do percussion and work with different students, taught some elementary school music for a year, got to do lots of different things. But it's turned in now where I have my own children, and the opportunities that provides, that creating a Facebook page like this, getting to come to church camp, places like this. And so I started playing ukulele, a new instrument. It's easy to learn. There's ways I can do things in percussion, but ukulele has just made it more accessible for me to do what I feel called to do. And so I work with the children in our church, and every time I get the chance to be in front of kids or even adults, because I do treat it the same way most of the time, to be honest. It's a memory of that night in Florida, also times here, and I wouldn't be in any other position than I am right now. I feel that I'm called to do what I'm doing as a career, working as a music educational rep for Willis Music. It's a job I'm proud of, and it's more than a job. It's part of my calling, to make a difference in the lives of children and the educators, what's happening in our schools. Looking forward to doing that for the rest of my life, and then having the ability, the talents, the time, the energy to share music in the way I am with you here on Facebook or with families at our church. So that's a little bit of my testimony of why I do things that I do, and definitely am blessed by God. So keep your eyes and ears open, keep your heart open, keep your minds open, and you all take care. God bless.